Hi there. I figured I'll do these Loom one takes. This is actually, I think, the sixth take. But the idea is to give you an insight to how going about building this from scratch, trying to get those first few customers and how I'm thinking about it, working through all the various sort of problems. And the idea with 42 Problems is we should be able to dog food, i.e. we should be able to use our own product to understand what customers are asking for. It's not meant to be a strict, hey, this is what you should do in this priority order. This is meant to give product managers or decision makers just a source of information to help them make a better decision. So after all the various sort of chatter on LinkedIn and Twitter, I've talked to a few different businesses, and we can see on the left, I've obviously been tagging a few people, but on the right, what the aggregates are. So we've had 2 requests for product board integration, and then the second one is additional level tagging. What I think is really interesting about the product board integration is at this early stage, we're trying to understand, is the problem space, the issue of tracking customer feedback, is that sufficiently large and painful enough that businesses are willing to pay? And what we're sort of seeing is that, people are, obviously willing to use product board, and 1/3, I guess, of the product board functionality is, and does a lot more than just customer feedback, is tackling that. But hearing from a number of people, it's really expensive, and so not everyone has added to it, and they get Google Forms whereby customer-facing teams will submit feedback so that it then goes into product board. Also, they sometimes put PMs on a rota, and they have to then extract the data once a week. So what this is sort of saying to me is hey, problem space still exists, it's just perhaps the UX is slightly bad there, maybe an integration, because product board does handle a lot more of the process later down the stream around taking feedback into features and then road mapping it. So I need to investigate that more, and also more importantly, I need to up the sample size significantly more. 1 or 2 pieces of feedback isn't really sufficient probably to make any solid decisions. And then finally, additional level tagging. This makes sense if you're working in a large organization with multiple products. You want to be able to segment. And right now we have, very sort of initial set of sort of parameters that you can save, and so that's sort of an iterative thing that we should be adding pretty soon. Anyway, I hope this Loom take is interesting. I'll be doing another one later on when we have a lot more feedback, and that's all. Cheers.